you're working for a guy who's a 5-time Hall of Famer. Was that at any time intimidating? Is it intimidating now to know you're going in there working with him every day?
Absolutely. I think initially, coming to Liberty and having the opportunity to even interview and talk with him about the responsibilities available and the possibility of joining his staff was certainly intimidating. I think back through the search process and going online and reading the different coaches and their bios and all that they've done, and my wife and I trying to decide which opportunity to pursue and what type of man we want to work for, and it became evident very quickly that Coach Holly was the perfect fit for me. How he prioritizes his program, faith and family, and then our players' academics, and then basketball. And so that was pretty evident talking to him and people that work for him. But then, yes, it was extremely intimidating, even coming here. And in my first year, you could even say first couple years, just trying to feel out my role and where to take charge and where to just sit and listen and learn. So, yeah, that's been certainly a challenge. It's been an awesome opportunity, but, yeah, it's been a challenge.
You look across the bench tonight, Sean Dooley sits there for Baker, now a head coach at Baker University. He coached here. He's coached for 2 Hall of Fame coaches, one of them being Larry Holly. Does that kind of make you think toward the future a little bit, and that working here at Jewel can kind of get you on the road to something like that?
Absolutely. I think Sean's a good friend of mine, and after my first year here, one of the outstanding opportunities you have working at Jewel is to talk to the coaches that have worked for Coach Holly, that have gone on and coached other places. And Sean was happy here. In fact, he had a great job in the Liberty District, and he was fine to stay here for years to come, just because he knows, as I know, what a great man Coach Holly is to work for, and how you can really enjoy what you do, but have a life and be the husband, father that you want to be. So Sean's been a great resource, and yeah, he's absolutely an inspiration to see how he's moved on and done great things. I think about those things. I'd say maybe in the summer, maybe in the off season.
Before we leave the subject of Coach Holly, for someone that doesn't know him, just sees the 7 gajillion wins and all that kind of stuff, what would you tell them about Coach Holly?
I've met a lot of people, even in 30 short years, and he's, if not literally one of the nicest men you've ever met. Caring, understanding, and he truly lives out. You see all kind of coaches with, whether it's the pyramids or the 5 priorities of the program, or lists, or charts, or posters, or inspirational messages about who they are and what their program is. Coach Holly lives out what he said his program is, and he treats me the same way. He allows me so much responsibility and liberty, but yet he is wise. He has great advice. He gives good direction, and also he respects you as a person, your family, and lets you work and thrive in an environment that's healthy.
Okay, this team has had its ups and downs so far this year, and tonight facing Baker in the final non-conference game. What's been the bright spot? What's been the thing that makes you think that come conference time we're going to be okay?
I'd say the players, their work ethic and practice, their attitude together. You always have a few squirrely things here and there, but these guys come to work and work hard while we're in practice every day. They're embracing what we're trying to do. They're embracing the way that we're trying to play. Sometimes we'll have practice at 6 or 6:30 based on, one guy may have a late class. Well, these guys are sitting down here 40, 50 minutes early, just kind of sitting around, shooting together, talking. They can't wait to get to practice. We early in the preseason, we put 3 minutes on the clock for a drink, after we just ran them like crazy. And, at a minute 45, they're standing on the baseline looking at you, ready to do the next thing.
GLVC, widely regarded the best men's basketball conference in the nation, and part of your responsibility before games is to take the team through the walkthrough, and so you know these teams as well as anybody. What is it about the GLVC that makes them so good?
Well, a lot of coaches will say this, and it's about players. Most of the time, if you have a ton of talent, as long as you give them a little bit of organization and try to stay out of the way, they go make plays and they bring wins. I think you have to get the right kind of player. You have to have extremely talented kids, but also they have to be able to play the game the right way. I think this conference has the privilege of getting a lot of transfers or exceptional high school players that are extremely talented, like a lot of Division II or low major Division I teams are, but they know how to play the game the right way. The coaches at these powerhouse schools can be selective. They don't have to just take anybody.
What about you? Do you want to go that path? Would you like some time to be a Division I coach, or what kind of are you looking at?
I just want to be excellent wherever I am, and I want to keep those priorities that we have here in line. I want to have faith and family first. I don't have children yet, but I want to be a great husband, a great dad, and then I want my players to prioritize the same things, faith and family, whatever, where they have that, their academics, and then basketball. Wherever I can do that, whatever level that takes me, that's where I'll go. I don't know if it can be done at a high Division I or mid-major Division I. I know there's some coaches that do it the right way. There's not a lot of them. They sacrifice family. They sacrifice the good of the kid just for the win or for their paycheck or for a cool logo on their shirt. But if you can do that and keep those priorities, absolutely. We'll see wherever this takes me. But I'm not sure you can. We'll find out.
Faith and family, you're talking about Christmas, which it is coming up here. You've got a 12-day break. What are you doing for the holidays?
Well, I'll take a few days.
No, you seriously, are you going to take some time off?
Well, yes, I am, actually. I'll take a few days. Mandatory, we have a break in Division II, which is another great reason to be a Division II coach. December 20th through the 26th. And we can't do anything with our players. Right. They'll all actually be going home tonight. So we'll take some days away. My wife has off work. My parents are coming in town from Florida. They'll be here from the 21st to the 27th. So we'll get to spend some great time. Then we'll take some days after, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, starting to look at our opponents from January. But it's no practice to plan for. It takes a lot away a lot of time. That usually is consumed doing that. And then we have our high school holiday tournament, starting the 26th. It's a big fundraiser for us. We spend a lot of time doing that and getting ready for that and different things through the high school tournament, other fundraising events through the year, and this is one of our major ones. Thankfully, we get to do some recruiting at the same time. Everybody's coming to us, so we don't have to travel around. That's an awesome thing. So yeah, it'll be busy starting the 26th, but I do look forward to, an 8 or 9 hour day instead of extended hour days that we have right now.
January 3rd, GLBC opener against Indianapolis. When do you start planning for them?
Well, we have, you probably addressed this in other interviews and discussed with Tim. We have an outstanding coaching staff, and the guy that kind of spearheads our video efforts, Coach Amy, we've got games, downloaded for our opponents, the 3rd and the 5th. I haven't begun to look at them because, again, I don't want to get confused when I'm watching Baker tonight and starting to call out what they're getting ready to run. But we'll start looking at that Monday. And we'll try to put together a good plan for those first 2 games. It gets crazy, 2 games a week, and then you have the Thursday, Saturday, Monday, Thursday, Saturday stretches. Those kind of get crazy. So we'll be prepared. I'm blessed. Coach Amy understands you can't cut corners in preparation, so he works extremely hard. We work extremely hard together. Coach Addison does a great job looking through film, and all of us coming up with a game plan. Coach Holly looking through film, coming up with a game plan. So we'll start on that a little bit next week, and then especially during the high school tournament, we'll be preparing for that, trying to figure out a way to get our guys ready to go.